Welcome back everybody to another one of Nain's shorts. Or welcome to if this is your first time. If it is your first time, please like and subscribe. You can sign up to YouTube for free with your email alone, and then you can subscribe all you want. So you can't say that you can't because you don't have a subscription. You know who you are. Anyways, thank you again for joining me here. Physique Magnifique. We're in the basement in the boxing area. You hear a little pugilist going on in the background. Somebody's hitting the heavy bag, but hey, par for the course. That's what we do here. Professionals come together and share their information, whatever it is you want to learn, from bodybuilding to health to cardio to boxing, and even Filipino martial arts. There's this crazy little Filipino dude that trains out of here. You might know him as Rick, but I know him as the jackass that I still learn from for some reason. Because I do get a lot from him. And I don't want to just badmouth him, but I think that's the only way I know how to hurt him, because I can't hurt him physically, regardless of how much I've tried in the past 8 years. And for those of you who don't know, Rick is my instructor and has been my main instructor for the last several years. I started with him and his brother Danny in the Bladed Mind 8 years ago. And for me, to give you a bit more on why I do it, it was because I was always scared. So I wanted to be able to protect myself and the people I love. Now it's more of, I want to see how far I can go in my training and how much I can evolve as a human being, because this has become my vehicle for self-improvement. I'm not saying it's the only one, I'm not saying it's the best one, I'm just saying it's what works for me, and to each their own. But a lot of the mental aptitude that I've developed is based on my training and all the other experiences that I've had. For those of you who may not know, and I don't think a lot of people do, Rick and I have a class that we do for free. It's a rape prevention class that we offer to anyone who has a group of women, men, doesn't matter. It's open to everyone, and we don't charge because we believe in spreading the information, passing it on. Because realistically, how much can you learn in a 3-hour class? You can hit the bag all you want and get a nice sweat going, but are you now proficient in being able to protect yourself? Probably not. But the information is very valuable, and it could keep you from having to protect yourself in a violent situation. So I'm very happy to have been a part of that, and those are some of the lessons that I've gotten in my life that they weren't really in a class setting. In what I mean by that is that I wasn't a direct student. I wasn't there to learn from somebody. I was there to help teach other people and help them understand the content of what was being said and shown. And I'm very happy that I've been a part of that for a few years now, so much so that now a fellow student by the name of Risa is being groomed to take over the class itself. So she will be doing it. It does make sense to have a woman teach a self-protection class that is geared primarily for women. But again, it's not just for women, so anyone can do it. Then as the years progressed, we continued doing that. I continued learning lessons from there, and then we started seeing an uptake in violent crimes against the elderly, specifically the Asian community elders. And I've never seen Rick so mad. This is the first time I really saw him to that point, and we were ready to go, Batman style vigilante on people. But calmer heads prevailed, and we came up with another solution, and that was to offer, again, free seminars to groups of people that wanted to learn less about the physical and more about the mental, on understanding how to not be a victim. And more importantly, we learned that there are certain limitations at certain ages where even if we taught you every weekend how to protect yourself, you may not be able to. So it makes more sense to teach the person that's with the elderly, the caretakers, the children, the sons, daughters, the grandchildren, to be more aware of the life of these people and how to keep them safe, how to direct them, really, because you're not going to convince an old person to change their ways simply because you told them to. And especially in the Asian community, there is a lot of pride to be had in the elders that will not want to change. So there are some things that we can't really overcome, but ultimately what I've learned from both of these classes and being involved is that we can all grow so much more. And not in the physical. I'm not talking about jumping in there and starting beating people up, standing in front of, no. I'm talking about just the little things, the everyday little things that we can do to maybe change the environment. Because as much as we don't want to admit it, folks, we are as much part of this society as the deviants that attack elderly, the deviants that attack women and do horrible things to them. And what I've picked up is that these topics are uncomfortable for people. Just saying the word rape makes me cringe. People hearing the word cringe. So I can only imagine how terrible the victim of one of those attacks feels. Even worse when they're faced with a culture that rather avoid the topic altogether than to support that person, than to hear that person, often being the reason why they don't speak out. So that's why half the class is just information, talking about what it is, what it isn't, how to help, how to then report it, how to go on afterwards. Because I genuinely believe, because of these experiences, I've come to the conclusion that it makes a lot more sense to have a group of people willing to stand up for one person than one person that's highly trained standing up for a group of people. And that's what I hope these classes will do. They will encourage people to talk about this, to become such a common topic, whether it's protecting the elderly or women. You don't have to be, again, a vigilante going out and fighting people. It could be just a matter of, hey, maybe changing the way we view things, changing the things we say, or speaking up when somebody is doing something they shouldn't be, staring a little too long, saying things inappropriately, or maybe just us thinking those things. Because I can tell you right now, because of these lessons, I'm far more likely today to run into something or trip over something because my neck is just twisted as much as it could, looking at a muscle car, a vintage, beautifully maintained car, far more than I would a woman. And you'll most likely see me staring aimlessly at a painting far more than I would a woman, because I am attracted to women. I'm not saying that's the only way, the right way. I'm just saying that's my way, what I choose, to each their own, as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people. And because I know I've grown since then, because that wasn't always the case. I've matured more, but I still have a long way to go, I think. And because I don't want to be alone, I say everybody has a long way to go, or a lot more to learn. And hopefully the things that I'm now involved in are going to help. And we're continuing that tradition. And I want to invite Rick now to come in front of the camera, because he's got another crazy project in the works that I'm happy to be a part of.
Hey everybody, Nain is right, I mean, you hear about it all the time that somebody is being harassed or assaulted, and the first thing people do is they pull out their camera and just video.
Yeah, you got 15 videos.
And nobody's helping that poor person. So,
Insane.
we got to change the culture. We got to, instead of picking up that phone to just video, why not call the police?
Yeah, 13 of you can go help the person.
Yeah.
One of you calls the cops.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to have all this same images pop up on YouTube or whatever, right? So that to me, that's crazy. So if we can change that culture, I think we can save a lot of people from being hurt.
And it's little things. It's not.
It's a very little thing, You see something that looks kind of wrong. bring it to somebody's attention. See something, say something. That old adage, right?
Right.
So one of the things that I've been working on, and it took me a little while, is I reached out to my neighborhood rec and park
Park and
in
Rec?
San Francisco. It's Recreation Park is what they call
Is that
it.
what it is?
Yeah, that's what, I know it's
Really?
weird. You would have Park and Rec, but
Huh.
it's Recreation Park.
It just doesn't roll off the
I
tongue.
know it does not.
Anyways.
So I reached out to them and said, "Hey, I'd like to give classes. I want to volunteer my time. Wonderful facility, big giant place." And I said, "Hey, I would like to do this. I'll volunteer my time, no charge to San Francisco Rec and Park, to anybody.
Funny.
And I would give these classes, which is basically a self-protection class. And we're no longer going to call it a rape prevention class because it has a bad connotation.
Yeah.
But it's a self-protection class
I like it.
where we're going to show not just for the women but also men, because everybody's getting victimized.
Yes.
You know, it's not just about the rape part of it. It's just everything. If you happen to be Asian, the guy's going to beat you up. If you happen to be white, the guy's going to beat you up.
If you're old,
It's
if you're
everybody.
young.
So it's a rise in violence, and not just any one particular thing. Although the Asian group has been getting it harder than most people of late.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be biased in that way. We're just going to say, hey, it's a class for everybody who wants to come. So starting on Saturday, this coming Saturday,
May 7th.
May 7th, over at 500 Felton Street in San Francisco.
I was wondering if you would remember that.
Oh no, I remember.
There you go.
This is near and dear to me.
Yes.
At 10 o'clock in the morning, you do need to sign up. We're gonna add, and it may be already too late because we're only allowing 20 participants at a time.
Any more than that, and it becomes a little difficult to really get across the information that we want to get across.
Right. So be sure to sign up and register. We are going to have a QR code that you can click onto, scan that, and it'll get you registered. We have to do something, folks, and me and Nain are only two. Now, this is what they're considering a pilot program. If this works really well, the Recreations and Park of San Francisco have offered to allow us to teach all the other parks to actually give this class at those locations. So, fingers crossed. We hope it turns out really good, and
Because that's what it takes. It's going to take a community of people. I mean,
Right.
I have children. I have loved ones. There are people whom I am willing to go to jail for. I'm not willing to die because once you're dead, you're gone. You can't protect them anymore. But I'm definitely willing to do more than that. But I'm not always there.
Right. Yeah, and we can't be there 24/7 with the people we love. So why not teach them? And at least give them that situational awareness.
Right.
You don't really need to know how to fight to get out of trouble.
You just need to see it coming.
You just So the class is geared. It's a two-pronged class. The first half is a verbal lecture on all the things that you can do, like situational awareness, just aware of your surroundings,
Yeah.
know the bad areas and how to avoid them altogether.
Terms.
And then on the second half, we will be doing some what we call run and release. And those are basically like if Nain's grabbing like this, oh, I can't get out. Well, anybody here would understand that just pulling is not that great. But if I throw something in his face, that's going to release this. Then I can run. I'm not going to sit here and fight Nain all day long, even though I can probably beat him. But
We're assuming he's
I'm an
the
old man.
average elder Asian.
But as long as I can get him to release me, then I can start running. And that's what we want folks to do. Chances are, if the guy's drunk or on drugs, you're not going to win that battle. Best thing to do is just run away. Go to a lit area. Go where a crowd of people are. Those are the things that we're going to be talking about. So, if you get a chance, and if you're very interested, click that button on the bottom there. Get that QR code. Hit that and register for the classes.
Or register somebody you know that could use the
Let them know.
information.
So these will all be on the right here somewhere, or over here, or it'll be here somewhere. So
Look for it.
ta-da.
You'll find it.
Yeah. So back to you, Bob.
Oh, thank you very
I'm
much,
out.
Rick. No, again, these are the things that are teachable moments, not just for the people that are participating, but for the people like myself who are helping, who want to do something. You don't have to do a lot, folks. It doesn't take very much to create something that's going to last longer than ourselves. It just takes people. And the more we have, the more we can spread the information, the more we can hopefully leave something better for the next generation. Because like I was saying, to find out that my child was attacked or harmed in some way, and worse, that there was people around and that did nothing, that's a maddening thought. Could be my mother, could be my father, my siblings. Well, not the old man, I don't worry about him, because, Rico, if he couldn't take care of himself, then I couldn't have done shit either in that situation. So I don't think we'd be. But, again, if we have a community of people that are like-minded, not because of religion, not because of politics, not because of whatever division you want to put yourself in, but just as people, looking out for one another, saying, hey, you know what, I may be scared, but if 5 of us stand here together, we can protect this one person. If we can harbor that in more and more people, non-practitioners especially, who knows what good it can do. But I'm so looking forward to the day we can see the results of that. So please, come on by. Share this video with other people that may need it. Somebody you may not know where the situation is, because again, this is difficult for people to talk to. But if we make it a common conversation, maybe we can start finding more and more solutions. So, thank you. It's been another one of Nain's shorts. This is very, very close to me and dear to me, that I'm very happy to be a part of. One of the few times where I will praise Rick for the things that he does and letting me be a part of it, because I tell you, I don't consider myself intelligent enough yet to come up with these things, but I am definitely able to be a part of it, and I want to do as much as I possibly can. So spread the video, tell your friends, tell anybody in the area. Again, QR code, number, call, register, because if you can't fit in this class, we wish to continue this for way into the future. So there will be another class you will be able to come to, and hopefully it does some good. So once again, thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe. There is a donation button. This is out of pocket. We don't charge for any one of these classes, but we do need money to continue making these videos, which is why we have seminars like June 4th in Manteca. We will be having a seminar, so please join us. There will be information on our Facebook page as well, so look out for that, or just reach out to us if you want any more information on that particular event. Otherwise, help us spread the word and help us create a better community where we can stand for our neighbors, even if we don't like them, but we'll make sure that they are safe, because maybe one day we'll need their help to stay safe ourselves. So, till the next one. 3, 2, 1, cut.